everybody. It's Monday Makes with Mariah. I'm Mariah. P's over here in the background.
Hello.
She's going to read comments today, and we've got some exciting things we're going to try to, get y'all discussing. Anyway, I have 7 cards to make because it's hashtag July postcard play. There's still like 2 days left. Let's see. Yeah. So today's the 29th, the 30th. Sorry, 3 days, technically. Depends on where you're at in the world. That's true, too. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you are here. We'd like to know that you're here because why? We are a friendly bunch. Especially this
here at
PM Artist Studio. PM Artist Studio.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's M's Day.
It's M's Day. Okay, yes, do say hello in the chat. I want to say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Do all that YouTube-y business. Hit those bells. We do this 4 times a week. All right, let's say hello to everybody. I gotta get moving. 7 cards, y'all. I don't know. This seems like something. Woo! Mistakes. Participants. We've got Anina, Barbara, Becky, Betsy, Betty, Carrie, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Estella, Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda, Hoarder Paper Crafts, that's Mimi, Jennifer, Just for Crafts and Giggles, that's Kim, Laura, Lydia, Michelle with 1 L. I don't know if that's the Michelle with 1 L, but that is a Michelle with 1 L. We've got Maria that just popped in there, and then we got Michelle with 2 L's. Patricia, Panka, Pia, Ricky, Rose, Sorry, Sherry, Silver Granny or Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn Teagan. The Shelly Studio, that's Markle. Trish Coogan, and that means Evie's in the background there somewhere. Hello to my friends. Laura popped in there. Jocelyn. I think Jennifer. Did I say Jennifer? I may have said Jennifer. You're worth 2 hellos for sure. All y'all are. I love you for showing up. Thank you. It means a lot. It really does. Careful, I'm an emotional person today. I don't know why. Actually, I ride at about an 8 anyway, I think.
The word for today is
composition. Because heck yeah, we're going to be, with 7 of these little buggers, we got to be on task. Let's top view this business here. P's going to be in charge of chat.
Yeah, I am, and I'm going to keep redirecting you guys because I really feel like that we need to stay on task today.
On task. Okay.
It's going to be one of those days. And hopefully we'll get her done.
Get her done.
That will be a
that's better, right? Okay. Now, remember we had already started on the dragon card. Let's just glue that booger down. And then I was thinking last night, I tell you, this stuff, it like sticks in my brain, the things that I think about and I'm try to sit up straight too. I'm feeling punchy.
My shoulders hurt.
Yeah.
I did a lot of gel plating yesterday. I'm getting it ready. I didn't hear Brianne's name mentioned here.
I think she works. Like she's got a job, and so she'll probably watch in replay. But she was here yesterday.
Well, I have your packet ready.
That's her swap partner.
And I am
Erna, Dawn.
I'm trying to get a little bit of everything in there.
Oh, I had your thingy on. Let's just turn her camera off. I gotta leave her frame on. I'm not messing around with that. I totally forgot to turn that off, and it's a little different situation than we used to have.
Yeah, you don't really need to look at that.
Okay, hold on.
It's the back side of my.
There we go. She's an empty little frame today.
Hey, only 2 days to go. I've already been to Paula's grocery store. Wow, that was a bit of a jaunt. Trek.
Let's go someday where I'm not gonna fiddly foo-foo around. Fiddly foo-foo.
You do not have time to fiddly foo-foo.
No fiddly foo-foo.
I will facilitate your journey in any way that I possibly can.
Okay.
And I will help you with your composition.
Yes. So, one of the things to think about whenever you are creating actually, let's ask y'all. When you're thinking about composition, what are some things that you can, take into consideration? And some of y'all can say, just don't think about it at all, just do it. That's okay too. But for me, personally, as y'all are answering or in the chat, I always have pee in my little head, in my ear. Now, sometimes I giggle about ignoring her in real life or in my head about things in a corner. She doesn't like, a lot of diagonals unless, of course, you can justify.
Hey, justification is everything in life.
Justification is
It's a lot and if you can, you don't break rules unless you know what the rule is.
That's right.
That's the rule.
There are rules.
There are.
There are just some things in the world that you should know. And then you're like, meh, thanks for telling me that, but I'm good.
And I will ask you why you are.
Glue stick.
I am invisible today, but you will hear the voice. I will be the chatty one today. Well, I don't know. I'm going to be the chatty voice in the background. Somebody said that in some video. I don't even remember which one. But early on. I could have done without that voice in the background.
Oh yeah, that was on our number one viewed video. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but we have one video that has done quite well over the years. Cracks me up because it's kind of early on,
and it's a horrible video.
It's not horrible. It's
awkward. It's
let's just say we have come a long way.
Yes,
and the information is still quite good. But yes, in hindsight, me sitting in the background just yammering at this one while she's doing her thing wasn't as funny as I thought it would be and didn't carry over the years. That is fair.
Which one is it? Oh, it's Rhonda. It's the one with Izzy.
The transfer video.
The transfer, the photo, it's photographs of Izzy that I've transferred and then made this little book. And it's really, I think it's lovely.
Love the book. Oh,
and Mariah doesn't have time to show that today because she's got to move along here.
I do. But we can totally...
I don't know why you're doing what you're doing there.
I know. It's a little more fiddly than I needed to. But
yeah, I don't think you need it.
I want it.
But what? She wants it.
I want it.
She wants it.
She wants it.
I don't know why she's, disguising the corner of the...
I just don't like to see, you don't mind those hard edges. I like things to feel more organic, like they're, kind of bubbling out of a surface or, something. Not just like, hey, I glued that tea bag down, y'all. That tea bag packaging. I want there to be a little more questions involved. Like,
oh, okay. Well, okay. She said that she will look again at that. It's pretty. Yeah. Don't judge me, okay? I make apologies.
She basically did the video because I requested it. And I told her, I said, I know that this one will be popular because it's a very popular, technique. And I knew it would help grow our channel, like, or be a big part of it, which it was, and it still is.
All right.
Now remember, he's going in there.
There's some overachievers here who have already, all their cards are done. They're just bringing them out each day.
I love it. I love it. I wish I want to be that person. I wish we could have been those types of people, but it just does not fit our lifestyle at this moment in time. Okay, I love this here. I'm just going to do it. One of the things here, because I want balance. Balance is important in composition.
It really honestly is. And I think also one of the things that when you take two of the elements and you put them together, and that's what Mariah's doing here, because she's putting together the element of using her color repetition, which she's creating this darker thing that's also in the little tag there. But she's also creating another whole thing with a variety of textures, because variety is important also.
Here's another thing. Oh, let me move y'all down. I'm sorry. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Enjoy. Let me, in fact, give us even a little better lighting here. Because, see, now I got the camera thing in the way and the hooty-doo and the...
Oh, yes, that's much better.
Okay, there we go. It's kind of in my eyeballs, but... There, we'll try to handle it. One second. Oh, the struggle is real. See, trying to get the light in on the thing and not in my eyeballs. It's tricky. Okay, look at that.
Oh, Carrie, I so admire that your courage in doing these things.
Okay, one of the things I want to, oh, sorry. Are we
No, go ahead.
Okay,
I'll address this because I want you to do that. We've got to move along.
Yeah.
That is absolutely lovely. It's done. Stick a fork in it.
Oh, I was going to put the flower on there.
Oh, you don't need a flower, I don't think.
Well, okay. Well, we need a number.
Time is of essence.
It is. Okay. One of the reasons I wanted this over on this side of the postcard is I want this guy looking into the thing. Not over here telling me, oh, this isn't important. This is freaking important. I mean, it's been in 2 streams. We worked hard on gathering these pieces. I want y'all to hang out and enjoy. And I like that it's Paris because, you know, got the Olympic thing going on. We didn't even think about that the other day. Whoop, whoop. Look at us. Anyway, so that's very important, but he needs a stopping point. What is he looking at? And then does it bring us back in?
Yes, bookend.
There you go. Composition, y'all. I had a lot of coffee this morning.
Okay, back to Carrie. And I see I've got to scroll this back down because it says, I warn you now, my color combo launches tomorrow. It didn't go well. Very tempted to delete, but I promised to be real in my videos so it stays. Amen, Mariah. You're gilding the lily. You need to move on.
Maybe I could glue these.
Get your number down and let's go. I'm here to keep her on task.
She is. I really want to glue some more of that stuff down there on that there thing. You might, you know, maybe when we review these, they might come back a little different than you.
Hey, I haven't even looked at the color combo, but now I'm curious and I will do so. You know I love some color combos.
All right, are we going to be brave?
We're going to be brave. Do you need a piece of tissue?
Well, I was just going to write it on there.
Oh, wow, that is brave.
Do I do it in white? I could do it in pink, so it sort of blends in.
Okay,
White's
here,
gonna be
I've got another one for you. Here, look, Mariah, black tissue paper.
I've also got
with a
gold
over the top of it.
Over like here. See, he should be looking at the number like 23. Oh my God, we have 7 more to go. Or 6 more. Sorry, this is I think 7. Okay, let's see. Okay, I love this marker. Now my baby has had possession of this marker, so I don't even really know what its condition. We're gonna just do it on this. Okay. These are terribly stinky, gross markers, but God, the gold is so pretty. It's so pretty.
And, you know, you need to think about, do you want the shiny side or the less shiny side?
I want the less shiny. Well, does this one really? This one's just
it's a little bit.
Okay. And the tip is all frayed out, so I got to take that into consideration. Hey, but that's not too shabby, and I kind of like that it is sort of like spooky, because he's spooky, so going with spooky. That's justification. Shouldn't have put it so close to the edge. I'm not really sure what I was thinking on that one, but that's okay. We're working through it.
Let's work through it.
Work through it.
Well, Carrie recommended white on a purple background. I think that would have been another possibility, but I don't know that we have. I like that.
A little stark, but with the black. But I think once I glue it down, because keep in mind, because this is black tissue, it's not truly black. So
kind of is purpley.
Right. So there'll be kind of a magenta type color. Typically, it's either kind of a bluish or magenta color that comes up through it. And we'll use plenty of glue, like we're going to glue like pea glues. And that'll really set off.
Oh, here, let me hand you.
Set off the situation.
You mustn't forget this. This is important to squish it down.
Okay. Must squish. And I'm doing it at a little bit of an angle because I don't want it straight on, because that's, It's not how I'm rolling today.
And what I might recommend, since you only have that gold in that one spot, is to take and put little dots at the top of your
I got you, girl. I got
tea bag.
I got you.
Oh, look at her. You know, this is so cool today. I have to tell you this. Oh, I love that, Mariah. It's kind of interrupting some of the Oh, it's beautiful.
It's like sending a smoke signal at the 23. Okay. Love that. Okay. Going with the one I can find. This is the Colero. Now, these we have in the shop. I don't really totally 100% understand what these Colero, Holbein, Fine Tech, they're all connected some way. I don't know if they're all the same company or if they have just, you know, like buddied up. I really don't know what their status is, their relationship status is, because otherwise it is just complicated. But anyway, they are connected somehow, but these Colero ones are kind of the more reasonably priced ones, typically. Now, there's some crazy people selling things on, you know, Amazon. You need to look around on that. But I do have links over there in our shop.
Oh, it does look like a garter. I love it.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think of that until you said it.
This kind of got, you know, like demon burlesque.
Okay, somebody wanted to know if you got new rings. She did.
I did.
Because their others were falling off.
Yeah, I mean, I would be talking and it would like fling across the room, you know? Especially when I was cold. So I kept, these are about to fall off. I keep losing them, but I love them. So I don't know what I'm going to do about all that business. Okay. Now, do we want gold spatter on him?
I think you should take that out.
What if we
move it
spatter
aside
like that? We're going to put the flowers at the top. So it gets a little spatter, but then it's going to block that. Okay, never mind. That's not what we're going to do. Yeah. This is my very, we had a PM artist. It was PM Art Studio when we very first started. And it had the rubber stampy thingy on there. Took it off. I don't know where that ended up, actually. But I love the block because it works really great for pop, 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 pop. Get in there. Paula, is Paula here? She watching me spatter?
She is here. She's late, but she is here now.
Okay. Look at me spattering, Paula. Okay, I've got to leave that and let it do its thing, but look at that. See? Woo! Okay.
Excellent. Now don't smear those boogers.
I'm not. I'm going to put them over off to the side.
Yeah,
here.
you can't yet put that card back in yet. Oh, it looks great, Mariah.
Okay. Look at us.
All right, let me see. That is 18 minutes.
I don't know if we...
You're going to have to speed it up, babe.
Speed it up, babe. 23, done. Number 24. All right, we're going to try to just accept what the bag gives us, okay? Telling myself that. She's laughing. All right, another situation here. Okay, these are so old, so awesome. I don't know if you are kind of new to inks and things of that nature and you're thinking about, hey, which inks, this, that, the other. I would highly recommend some of the Brayer Reese. Thank you. Yeah, because, well, I'm going to use my glue stick.
You're going to
like to keep it fluffy.
Okay.
That I do. I like to keep it fluffy, y'all. Okay. I'm going to try to get as much of the white napkin parts off, just because, I mean, they're probably going to disappear for the most part, but because I am going to use glue stick. But anyway, the Brayer Reese ones that have these cool shiny bits.
I know, and remember
so
they went away if you don't use the shiny gloss.
Yes, that's the other reason I'm going to just keep.
Just a reminder, because I lost my gloss.
Yeah, so the shiny business is what we're talking. Look at that. Isn't that glorious? So what we're going to do instead of, see, if I use the Blick matte medium, or yeah, it's matte medium, isn't it? Yeah. It will just absorb that and you don't see the shimmery business anymore. Now, the other thing is that this does like move about the cabin. See, it's already on my hands. It's staying pretty well in place today, but it's old. Because seriously, like, these are 3 years old. These napkins.
Yes, Mariah's going for her world record today on this. Oh, so you're going to try. I don't know. That may work.
I know.
Rhonda's packing.
Ooh. Like, is this for a trip or just packing? Just in general?
Okay. Patricia Pfeiffer wants to know where the postcards are supposed to go. Hey, if you just hang in there, Mo will hook you up.
Where the postcard's supposed to go? What do you mean?
I mean, in Makers.
Oh. Oh, where you post them? Yeah, I mean, we'd love for you to post them in Makers. But if you want to just post them to your personal page. Now, some people don't like to post their art to their personal page. Like, they kind of want to keep it separate from their lives, you know, on their Facebook page. So if you are on Facebook and you want to be a part of Makers, that's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, we would love to have you. And of course, you can post all your arty endeavors there, and we will love upon you.
Hey, Mo's got it taken care of.
That being said, you can post them anywhere. Please just use the hashtag GELY, and that's GELY, postcard play all together, and that's how the hashtag works. Okay, I really want this to glue down a little bit, so I'm going to come in with a little bit of this. Do you have one of your crazy? Yeah, one of those. That's the one right there. See, look at that crazy brush.
And I will hand you my little this little thing to keep the brush in.
Okay, I'm going to try to stay away from the areas with the shiny because I want to keep the shiny.
Thanks, Mo, for doing that. I hope that helps, Patricia. And trust me, I'm so, like, I don't understand all this technology stuff either. I have to ask Mariah 14 times a day about something.
Okay. I'm also using the matte medium as sort of a little texturing anyway, because I do love the fluffiness of the napkin. That's one of the reasons that I utilized the
Now,
stick.
Mariah, can you explain why did you put this where you put it?
Oh, this is composition.
Composition.
I wanted to follow the lines that are already there, but I want to create an area that's like, ooh, that's kind of interesting, because then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our 24 in here. We got to adjust the 24 itself. I'm a little sad, but I can utilize some of that to go over it. Will you put that in your water, please? So I wanted to create still that rounded area, but not totally like cover up or obliterate anything. We are enhancing, we are not obliterating.
Yes. I would certainly hope so, since that's a lovely print.
Yeah.
Are you going to use that great big number?
I was considering it until you just, very judgily done that. We got options.
Well, I think it's fine if that's all you want people to see.
That's fine. We got options. Boop.
Yes, I am the invisible woman today.
Mm-hmm. Wish I had a punch. We got rid of all of our punches. I think we have the circular one somewhere, but
I think you should tear it or cut it down. Don't leave the white around it. Horrible.
Brilliant suggestion, Patricia.
Oh, she's going to cut it in a circular fashion.
It wasn't a perfect circle, but
It's also approximately 1/3 to 2/3 composition too, just in a more interesting way to use the wonky diagonal line. Yes, thank you, Sophia.
Look at Sophia.
Oh, I love it. But I think, are you going to colorate it?
Yeah, I'm going to colorate that. Heck yeah, lady. I like it there. I mean, it's
I
a
do
little
too.
close to the edge, but I like that it sits over here. See, it's not perfectly circular, and then this is kind of floating away from it. It loses its relationship to the other element that we added here.
Yes, exactly. And if you put it there, it covers up the other, and you lose one of your three.
And I'm better off here, and then we'll put some color and things into it. Let's do that before we actually glue it down. Okay. This is, again,
Well,
my love of
Jones lost her keys. Dadgummit. Brad loses his keys at least once or twice.
Yeah.
You know, during the week.
Yeah. I love these markers. I cannot say it enough. I use them all the time. I love them with printed, like inkjet printed things, because they don't seem to totally mess it up. But it does, they play well with one another.
That's right. Jennifer reminds you, no lollygagging, Mariah.
Okay. Oh, this is kind of lollygag.
I'm looking at the time here. Yeah, you got to up the ante here. That's looking good. Glue it down.
I'd really love to put some furry things. I want to put some fluffy stuff, but it wasn't in the bag, so it ain't in the cards, y'all. Maybe if there's something on the floor, but see, my floor's clean. Every once in a while, I have a little fluffy something or other around here, but it doesn't seem like I do today.
Yeah, make it squish out. Didn't I give you a wipey thing there?
I'm gonna wrinkle this up. I want it to not look just like a flat. Glued it down. I want it to kind of look like some little sort of rusty, woody something or other that just got, there. Look at that. Slight distortion. All right, number 24, that's done.
Hey, that was good timing.
All righty, what's in the bag?
9 minutes, Mariah.
Woo! I had half of the time that it took on the last one. Ooh, gold, gold, gold. Ooh, but now I have these pieces out here. I love these with it as well. Tomby N.
Oh, man, that is pretty gold.
Yes. I thought you had one of these, too.
I don't think I did. Either that or I covered it all up, and that piece really is nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna... It doesn't have to be round. It doesn't have to be square.
Sophia says, I love how P is cracking the whip and keeping M moving at the speed of light, but when the situation is reversed, she ignores it. Oh, that's not true. I listen to her ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. Okay, like that. Maybe. Okay, I feel like this, now again, thinking about composition and like
composition.
At this point in time, we have the option, should this be landscape or portrait? I'm kind of leaning towards this, and I like this down here.
Hello, Rhonda. This is a new Rhonda. This is Rhonda Mudloff.
Okay, hi, Rhonda. No, she's not new.
You need to get your paper down.
What are you talking about? Get my paper down. What are you talking about?
Sophia says portrait. I know, I'm kind of leaning that way too, but we're just going to go with her.
Okay, you like the tall? I'm okay with that.
And I like how you just put it all down there, the whole strip.
Well, see, I was sort of thinking kind of this.
Hey, I needed to mention the fact that, yeah, you're fluffing and puffing, and you need to just get some stuff down there. I was just reminded because of that stencil in the background there. I need the square one.
Okay, so you're talking about because this is Prayer Wheels by Paula,
and I need the squared off one.
You want the runes.
I disagree with putting that down right now, but you know, if you want to do that, it's okay.
Thank you.
Yes, the prayer wheels look good, but I like the squared off prayer wheels more better. And I think when you're doing your composition, you also need to be asking yourself, what is the most important element that I have or that I want to have here? And the reason I'm
she's balking at the bling bling of the 25. I know that's what she's doing.
Well, I'm just like, why are you emphasizing that?
All right, you want to tone it back?
I just don't know that needs to be fighting, and everybody's going to miss all the other really nice elements that are going on there.
Okay.
And you've got, you know, like high contrast.
Okay, we're lowering the contrast. What do you think that?
Lowering the contrast. Yes, I'm referring to the rune block stencils. That's the one I love. Remember, I went on a real kick and I made all of those I made the box with it, and it's still really my favorite box. And then I made a thing for,
no, the tray. I think the tray we had the
it might. No, I think the tray has something else. This was the box that I have my CDs in.
Oh, okay. May I have that brush back?
Pardon?
The brush for the
sure.
Rick.
Let me blot it. I think you need to apply a bit of perhaps a darker silver over the 25.
Okay. Play with that here in just a second.
But I like what you're doing right now. I think it needed that. It needed some more relationship to pull it down and draw the eye.
Yeah, because if you have floating objects, because that's really what she's talking about. This would be, if I would have just left just this little piece there, it's a floating object. And as Mr. Weed in my freshman year, pretty sure it was freshman year, wrote on one of my paintings, floating objects do not generally make for good composition. I felt that, like in my heart, I felt it.
So I did a whole bunch of circles once that were actually floating, and I used colored pencil to make them very three-dimensional. And so I always just chuckle when.
Now he said generally, he didn't say, you know, it was a hard
wasn't
rule,
an absolute.
but he was telling me that whatever I was doing there was not that interesting. And I needed to do better.
Hello, Belinda. I think this was an excellent choice, Mariah, of tissue paper to be adding to this card, because you're doing two things here. You're breaking up all of that gold.
There's a lot of gold. And have y'all noticed that since I added that, how much more of the other colors that are in here started appearing?
Excellent. Yes. And I love that kind of a violety gray. Well, you know, that's one of my favorite colors. One of my many flavors. Rhonda says, great job, Mariah.
Thank you. I'm just going to bring this. See, I got a little bit of that bluish color, and I'm going to pop that down there, and then I think we're going to call this one Dunsies. Oh, other than you want me to alter the 25.
I want you to add a little bit of, I want you to take, I think if you have a clear violet, that will take down that yellow in that 25.
That wasn't going in the direction we wanted. Problem is, I don't, like the purples I have, I feel are going to probably be a little too much. Maybe not. Maybe because this one's kind of dried up.
I mean, you know, just make it a little more of a challenge to find it.
Oh, purple is.
Mama Juju crafting on the back 40 says, very pretty. Dawson says, Mariah, that is so pretty.
Yeah.
Eddie says, sorcery.
Did you notice that? Rhonda, did you notice that I used it on the thumbnail? When I was doing the title thing, the vidIQ thing was like, I don't think you should use sorcery in the title. So, all right. Well, that's something. That went a little heavier than I wanted. But we'll try to... Oh. All right, I think the gray was the best. We're going to really try to, knock it back. That's the goal here. And I got one other option, perhaps. Playing with fire here. Playing with fire.
Okay, I have here a combo gray.
Yeah, that's going to be way too... That's why I like these blendy ones. Because, see, they blend. That Tombow is not going to be blendy.
But it's water-based.
I know, but it's more pigment.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, lady.
I'll just go with it because you know more about the markers than I do.
Look at that. Hey, I'm not mad at that.
Me either. And it really, all of a sudden, I see that 5 and then I go, oh, there's a 2 in front of it. I love that.
Okay.
Rather than going, oh, holy crap, 25. Well, that's okay. Let's move on. Lots of abstract artists whose work hangs in galleries have canvases with stuff all over the place. So long as your art is authentic to you, then you do you and don't worry. Hey, this is true, but basically what we're offering here is if those of you who are interested in compositional advice.
Yeah, because it's been asked. So people kind of want to know.
And we're just telling you why we do what we do. That doesn't mean that you have to do it. You're absolutely right, Sophia. And the whole thing about it is, when you get into the area of abstract art, your elements and principles are going to figure in way more prominently,
right,
than, realistic art or
gosh, it's okay,
objectifiable. And surrealism is full of floating objects. It certainly is, and objects that have been their properties have been realigned into the world of make-believe. But
there we go. Calling that one
there's still compositional elements there that are holding that whole painting together.
Yeah. And see, this makes sense because we have kind of this, it's kind of a rusty raspberry-ish. This is a little brighter than I want. I may come back later on and tap it back even more, but we have it repeated down here. So it doesn't say that, oh, good golly, that's that one place that she screwed up. Just saying. There we go. Number 25.
Very good.
$26. Ooh, and I have fun things to play with. Okay, I'm going to hand that back to you.
All right, you need to move along here.
Gosh. Hey. I think we're doing okay.
Wow, that's a big 26.
Wow, that was
And Joan Miron says, I love your composition advice because it does help me think more about the next step. I think it is great how both of you can explain your perspective while you're working on your art. Thank you, Joan. I appreciate you mentioning that. Speeding right along, yes.
Okay, there's a smaller 26. I didn't want this other one that was really I printed these out with different settings and see how this one doesn't have blue in it like that other one. But yeah, so see, this is better. That's why that's better.
Sophia says, P, I agree. I was trying to help Joan with some negative comments that she had been given that were perhaps unhelpful to her.
Yeah.
Composition is super useful, but it's more of a guide than a rule. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And Michelle, 2 L's, Walt says, made a big oops, put my clear gesso on. Oh, and the thing just went away. I can't read fast enough.
Okay, are we going to do one that, again, I like them like
on
this.
Before I stamped my card. Now it will take days for it to dry.
Or, hold on.
Well, sweetheart, here's what I would tell you in the future. Unless you have metallics on your card, always use the texture gesso. Number one, it dries fast. It's clear, and it will provide you with a surface that you can add other elements. I always do that prior to doing my colored pencil work. So there you go. And I don't know what brand of clear gesso you're using, but most of the ones that I have in clear gesso dry relatively fast.
Okay. So normally I would put like just the double stick tape behind this, but I really just want it to stay sort of wrinkled up and don't really necessarily feel like dealing with the double stick tape right now. And I kind of have to dig it out and all that business. So we're just going to put that there. I'm going to put a little clippy on it for a second. Like that.
Yeah, I noticed all that bag of clippies downstairs.
Oh, those are hangers.
Oh, hangers for Izzy's.
Which we need to go through her closet.
Decided to hang her shorts up because she just rummages through the door and it's
a hot mess.
Yeah.
So if you keep her to a hanger, at the very least, then you just have to deal with the hanger and where she has decided to just plop it down, you know?
Ah, thank you, Sophia. I got it.
All right.
And I appreciate you helping Joan out on that. I really didn't understand where that was coming from, so I do appreciate you quantifying.
Here we go. All right, I like this. We're gonna let that kind of be for a minute. The 26 is probably gonna go across it somehow, but I would also like even perhaps.
I wondered where my big chunk of that was. I was looking for it, and I had to use something else.
Oh,
but I guess that was okay because whatever I used was obviously.
Fantastic. All right, and see, by leaving this up and not gluing it all the way down, I have the ability to kind of
tucky stuff,
right, and figure out the composition, the layout that I want, and I can work like not have to think about. Because I was telling somebody that, you know, one of the things that I have figured out here recently is that I don't like to lay it all out because it never goes back down exactly the way it is, and that frustrates me. Because I'm like, I spent all that time doing that layout, and now I've forgotten exactly how I wanted it, and it doesn't go back down, and then I'm like, crap.
I never put it down the same way.
Yeah, and I think everybody's that way. So I try to work in smaller, like, okay, I want that down, and I want it there, but now I'm going to leave it up enough that I can then make the decision about the next thing. Well, this next thing, I really like this. I'm going to glue this down. And then we'll go from there, because that next thing is going to determine what I do after that.
Okay, Mo, I'm trying to find Joan's question, but I don't even, Joan ditto, even though my art takes a different slant, my stupid heart thing's in the way. I do a lot about product techniques, etc. here.
Alrighty.
Oh, the Montmartre clear texture gesso, much different than the Blick brand. Yes, dear. It certainly is. Thank you. Is that the question? I appreciate you repeating that. Yes, the Montmartre clear texture gesso is in a whole, trying to find it.
Yeah, different category of things.
I'm reaching for it, but I read the wrong thing. Okay, I'm going to hand this across to Mariah. Yes, this clear texture gesso is it's totally matte, number one.
Mm-hmm. Like, to me, a lot of that gesso has more textural surface, obviously, because it is textured, but even more so than some of the ones that say that they are.
And another way to describe that is what watercolor artists use when they're describing paper is tooth.
Yes, too.
It's what elements you have on the surface that are grabbing whatever product that you're trying to put down. And I hope that makes sense. If it does. Oh, and Sophia said, she finally had a good session with my UPO stencils today, first time. And I did many a flop off. Oh, yeah. And only got one paper stuck to the stencil once.
Nice.
Hey, you know, I still get it.
Yeah.
You've seen me hand it over to Mariah and she, you know, has to take it to the bathroom. And
but once you experience that and know like the timing, I think you get better at knowing, all right,
Yeah.
whoa, I need to get this up and moving. Like,
left it on too long. That is exactly what happens. And it, especially with those new stencils, they're very, I don't know, porous. The paint repels paint.
super sticky.
Yeah.
Sticky, y'all.
Hello, Susan Bellew. And Kim from Southern Virginia. Okay, Joan asks, do you like one over the other? It just depends on what you want. I always go to the clear texture gesso when I know that I'm going to put down colored pencil. If I have any metallics at all, I try to avoid putting the clear texture gesso over it because it takes away the shininess of your metallic. But that's a good thing too. Sometimes maybe you didn't want quite that much bling.
Yeah, it's so blingy. You're like, okay, how do I tap this back but not, you know, destroy the whole thing? Well, put some texture gesso over it. And
yeah.
There is your answer.
And I have used the texture gesso on my gel plate. I don't like it because it's really hard to get it up.
All right, thoughts and feelings on this. I personally love it.
I think you should knock back the 26 ever so slightly.
Okay.
The white.
Yeah.
I have to write down or put it in your PMisms.
Yeah, that was probably more than we wanted, but.
Yeah. The Montmartre, and absolutely, you can't beat the price on this stuff.
It will lighten, I think.
Hey, I think that it's best that people have to kind of look for that, Mariah, rather than that's the first thing they see.
Yeah.
My gesso is clear but not textured. Exactly. And it isn't the same unless it says textured. Clear texture gesso is totally a different course altogether. Okay, Miriam is going to use the stamps that she received from PM Artist Studio today.
Package, wonderful.
Excellent.
What do you think?
And Rhonda gives you 3 blue hearts, Mariah.
Wonderful. This is Rhonda's
and Laura says, I love this, Mariah.
This is Rhonda's Aloha in the background here. This is Carrie's Sketch Swirls. This is from the PM Artist Studio Sumi Marks created by Kate.
Wow, it's just about got it all, huh?
Looky there. Dunsy Dunsy.
I love it. All right. 1048.
Oh, wait. I gotta glue down a little bit. Oh, I didn't even glue this down. It's just sort of sticking from the other stuff. I was like, I don't think that's glued down at all.
And Paola loves your blue one.
Okay. Oh, and one last thing on this. I have created relationships. You know, one thing all leads into the other.
Yes, and the other thing, can I say this, is that the overlapping is so important. It's not that it's necessary, but it creates relationships.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. Yeah. And that is really quite lovely, Mariah. Excellent. Yeah. I love that strong vertical there because it's balancing your strong horizontal with the whole card.
See, I added this little bit of kind of tannish color. It's sort of creamy yellow just to help bring that color into that ever so slightly.
Because there is some present in the other two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Cool. Moving along.
I know I've got to, I have my Aloha up here on my turntable. Because I need a new one. It's so fat and clogged up that I no longer get a nice image with it.
Okay, what needs to happen here is.
So if you wanted to use some of it and cut it up,
Okay.
I'm at that stage where I would be okay with that.
And then she knows she's going to get a new one.
Now it is, oh, it's kind of interesting. On one side, it's green and
Maybe.
And then on this side, it's this. But now, you know, I can make it any color that you want.
Okay.
I don't know that you need it with this. I love this.
You love what?
I love the background here.
Are you cool?
I think you need a fish. Oh my gosh, Mariah, you need a fish.
You got a fish?
I've got a fish. And oh, what did I do with it?
Are you cool with me spraying this and making it more monochromatic, getting rid of the...
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, I would have done that. On the gel plate, I just didn't have time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to save it as something to show.
Right.
Let me find my whole... Remember,
Okay.
I did that long haul with the fish.
Yeah. Okay, one of the things that I'm using here is I keep my sponges, and a lot like how those of you that utilize the sprays and you have the different little brush things for the different inks. I do that with my sprays, the wet, you know.
Just don't know if I'm
Spray
ready
business.
to give this up to you or not.
Oh. But look, I even have this that brings in the gold, and you know you gotta give up one of them fishes.
Will you be very careful when you tear them out
Yeah.
so that we can use the rest?
Yeah. What was I gonna just, murder some fish to get the one that I want in the
Yeah.
middle?
For sure. And I apologize for the ones that are really close together, but the sawfish, the lobster looks pretty cool too. And the crab. And you've already used the blowfish, so I think you should use something else.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put this up here, but I'm also going through, because I've got kind of, I don't know, that really doesn't pick up all the wonderful colors that one does. I do have green.
Okay. I'm loving that. I'm gonna leave it. Leave it. Enough. Just still leaving a little
I've
bit
got
of white
red.
in the background, and this is gonna lighten up. once it
Okay,
dries.
now I also have this one, Mariah.
Okay.
These get stuck together when you put them together.
Yes.
So I want you to interview all of these and kind of see,
Okay.
because I think each one of them offers a different feel to it.
Okay.
And I do think that that's so very important.
Blue scrappy business in a bag. We'll deal with that later.
All right, I'm handing you 4 different views.
Okay. 1 second. I don't roll this off of the thing. There we go. Okay. What do y'all think? Look, y'all remember these?
Okay, what stencil is in the background?
Oh, of this is Choppy Waters.
Choppy Waters, which I cut up.
I'm gonna move that like that. Get y'all up a bit so we can really appreciate the fish, and I don't have to, make y'all seasick. So she says, "Nate, I don't."
Paula says, hand over the fish.
Yeah, I kind of like the crab personally, and look at how beautiful that is.
Okay, but you still need to go on and interview the others.
I don't like this one because it's just too. I mean, we've kind of been doing monochromatic. I love to do monochromatic, but I just don't think it has quite the oomph.
I don't
One of
think
the
it does
reasons it
either.
doesn't have.
I agree with that assessment.
Yeah, one of the reasons it doesn't have quite the oomph is that it is all blue and there's a lot of contrast. There's just not any. Oh, hey, that looks like that's fun. Now this one got a lot of complementary colors going on to what was going on here in the background that we're going to be utilizing. Plus, there are hints of these colors, so it really says, ooh, this stuff makes sense. And again, I really love the little crab, or maybe even I think this is a lobster. I would love to use the squid, but it's just too big.
too
We're
big.
going to have to lose some of it, and that's kind of sad. Now, that doesn't mean I couldn't, kind of piece them together. But
I
That's
think the
usually
tentacles are more
yeah.
important than the head part.
right. But that is a thought, and I really do love this. But I don't know if we're gonna get enough of, the reason that this looks really great right now is that we're seeing all of this color.
Yeah,
And maybe
I agree with that assessment. Paola says she likes the orangey, but I think you made a really good point there. Unless you maintain a lot of that area around it, it sort of loses its
here business kind of does it all for us because it's heavy with the orangey, rusty color inside of the fish.
Also has tiny little glints of turquoise.
Yes. So I really think that the gold is, and that's the one she pulled out, and that's the one she was thinking about. I think this fish or the crab off of this page. What do y'all think? I don't know. It's all shiny in the camera, so let me hold that up. And you can kind of. So, the crab or the fish? Which one do you guys think? And I think we're going to go with this one, but yeah.
I think you should go with the crab because I like the size of it in relationship to the card. Now, I also like the swordfish, and somebody else said swordfish. But the gold crab, the reason is because it does pick up all those colors and more better than any of the others. Aside from, I think the lobster's good too, but I think that the crab shape is better.
Yeah. I'm just going to come in and try to leave back as much as possible so that way P has, what's left there is as much as she would need or want. And then
I appreciate that.
Crab. I'm going to hand this back to you.
Oh, yeah. And the crab is for July birthdays.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad I cleaned off my desk because I wouldn't have known where these were.
Right.
They were at the bottom of the pile, just lying there, waiting for something to happen to them.
Now, this is wet strength tissue, and it has a bit of paint on it. So I am just going to attempt the fast, fussy, fancy cutting. I want to leave a little bit of a...
Oh, and you could have the crab hold the number, Mariah.
Okay. I like that idea. That's funny.
The loopy design of that fish plays off the movement of the stencil on the print.
I love these.
Oh, that's a good observation. Didn't even think about that.
Oh, look at how beautiful that is.
And see, they all really did like the orange with the teal. And I do understand that, but I think you would have lost much of your background in order to get that.
All right, I have my smaller 27 that's here. What we're going to do is we're actually going to spray this little booger. Oh,
now, I would like to mention one thing, and I know Mariah's just putting things down, interviewing things, but I think your crab needs to be going into the design rather than off of the... oh,
you mean
kind of turn him around so that he's floating upwards in the water.
Kind of in a situation more like this. Oh, and let me bring y'all back down.
He's the crab, yeah. So that his movement is up, not down. Good job. Okay. Oh, that gold just glints every now and then. Okay, SWS is the crab upside down.
No, see his little claws?
Yeah, see his little claws at the top. See his little head?
Should I try to cut that out so that's more apparent?
I think maybe... If you could, I think it would be worth the little bit of effort there. Okay. I don't think it hurts to leave some of that gold on there, though. Just such a beautiful. Carrie says, I think this card should be number 30, as the number 30 is perfect for this. Oh. I guess because of the shape. With the color and the Tiffany. Yeah, I like the pool tile kind of business. I'll tell you what, that tissue is really hard to cut. Well, when you're trying to go in tiny little places, and yeah. But yes, now we have a crab claw. Okay. What we can do on this other side. was some discussion about, being able to ascertain the positioning of the crab's anatomical parts.
Mm.
There you go. That should help everyone.
Yeah, and that'll make it easier for us to kind of put that 27 in there.
Okay, bye, Trish. We're happy to have you here as long as you want to stay. And it is hard to tell when you're on your phone. I don't even see how some of you do that because my eyes just won't. Give Evie a hug.
And what we're going to do here.
And I think, how you sort of made the number go with the fluffy part of that other card. I think that would be good for this too.
I've got to get my trash can to the point where it is nearly, again, it used to be under the desk, and then some other things moved in. That's all I'm saying. So see what it's doing? It colored our 27, which is great. It is bleeding out, so I don't have such harsh lines on the whole tile business, because that was sort of worrisome. And then this is going to allow me, since it is so tiny and I already cut it out, to then just pull those edges. I know this may seem quite obvious to many of you, but sometimes we do have some people that are new, haven't, they're...
Oh, what kind of scissors are your scissors, Mariah?
I'm not even gonna... Asder. They were a gift from Jeanette, and they're all mine. See?
And she wrote her name on them and put pink dots so that she could immediately recognize them if they went elsewhere.
That's right. Okay, so I thought it might be kind of cool if... All right. If I glue the little hootie-doo, fluffy business here, create sort of a swirl, because I love a swirl.
Oh, and then have it going up and then the numbers on the other end like it's fetching it.
Or, yeah. I like that, because then it's like it's bringing it in. So I'll do this kind of glue down business. So we need to get most of him glued down, and then I'm going to lift his little claw, so that way that's underneath.
Well, you definitely need to add that 27 to the end of it so it looks like it's tethered. Oh, yes, I love it.
Okay. Okay. Should I... Okay. I want this to be there.
And Paula says that she was wrong about the color. I think she's really liking the gold.
Oh, is she?
That's what I am interpreting from what she's saying. I don't always get what y'all are saying.
Well, sometimes there's...
And don't worry about, telling me more than once.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't see the full conversation, or we miss part of it, or...
Yeah,
and it takes a minute to, like, kind of put it together.
Yeah, and especially when y'all are talking a lot and this is moving faster than my brain or eyes can, take in.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna...
And sometimes I don't even answer them because I don't want to appear absolutely stupid. Saying something, that's totally incongruous to what was really actually going on there, and everybody's going, wow, where's she coming from? What's she been drinking or, smoking or something? And Mama Juju says she loves the color combo. It's so pretty. I think it is too. Oh, Timmy scissors. Yeah, I know.
She has the Timmy scissors.
I have the Timmy scissors. And they're big mamas, and I use them all the time. They're by Tonic. But there's some cutting suckers. I
That's
mean,
one of his brand name things. Okay. Moving along here.
and Ricky Nordmeyer says, to me, it was very brave to use the gold. Hardest part of collage to determine which color to add. Well, it definitely doesn't leave any doubts as to your focal point. Kind of beats you over the head with it. But I love this. And you see this stuff that Mariah's putting down there, Mo? Do you recognize that?
Was it some that came with the stuff that Mo sent?
Yeah. It is. I have it on a card. No, I'm not a vampire. I think it's really important that you took those little pieces out of that, Mariah.
Yes, it is. Because otherwise it's kind of like this floating
Oh, I
blob
see.
thing
You're whipping it around. Good.
trying to grab the other thing. Yeah.
And I do like the circular motion of that. But those little glints of the showing through background there are important to the
yeah.
Are important to the seeing the anatomical fixtures of the.
So,
boy, that was a good call.
27 on top or kind of tucked in? Because they still have a little.
I like where you're giving it area around it.
So it goes on top of the end.
It goes, yeah, that covers up the end. It's, yeah.
And in there like that. Like that.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, happy birthday, Elizabeth.
Happy birthday.
Hi, Dory. And Jackie.
Those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. You know we're an Arty friendly bunch, and look at us on number 27. We're trying to make it to 29. Who knows? Might even get one extra one done. That being said, do give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. One of these days, we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers, and then we're going to throw a big old party and give some stuff away to y'all. But you have to pay for shipping. How about that?
Wow.
It's stuck in my head. Like, I have that, like, and I practice it in my head, so that way when I say it, I don't sound like I don't know what the hell.
Yes, I know. Mariah, I'm going to read this because I think it's really a good comment. The gold crab was a good choice, especially since the ribbon has gold fluff on it. I know. And I have a thing about diagonals, and I think you should make mention of this. I love that because diagonals create movement. But you've contained the movement within the shape of the string, the ribbon.
Not only that, but if you look in the background, I'm trying to follow a little bit of the movement of the wave. So see, you have this
yes, absolutely.
hook.
Good point.
So your brain says, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's wavering along in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackie says, love the colors and texture.
And I will come back to a lot of these, and if we do still have some time.
Hey, you're doing good. 11:09.
Yeah. We'll come back and edge all these, and it really does make a difference to get that little framing in there.
And I should thank Mariah right now because she's been edging all of mine.
Carrie's been doing the little drawn line, and that might even be kind of a fun one to do on here, is a little drawn edge.
Oh, to contain it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It needs to dry because it's damp. Because remember, I did the sprays on this. That's one kind of drawback to doing the sprays.
Michelle says it's her fave for today.
Okay.
Jackie says love the color and textures.
So we got two more.
Very neat cards. Susan Billieu says hello, Cynthia.
What do we got here? And I'm gonna keep this. Who knows? I might need this for something.
Oh, and Robin's birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Robin. Oh, look at this. And we do maybe need that. Oh, but I got some. Oh,
a lot of them say this is their favorite for today.
And I still have some of this. Look at that. Throw all those things in there. baggies. I got baggies like everywhere now. Okay.
Cynthia says, hi, everyone, and she loves that card.
Okay, we're going to go with the smaller one. I'll tell you, I'm really happy I went with the small. I like the idea of the big numbers, but it's a kind of a slap in the face. Like, I don't know if we need to be slapped upside the head with the numbers. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, again, with some of these, if you noticed, I did different printer settings. So this one's a little darker. I think it matches the mood a bit better. And I have had way too much coffee today. You see how shaky I am? I mean, I am zingy.
I haven't had enough coffee, and I'm about to fall asleep.
I need to get excited.
Eddie says you won't like his number 28 card.
I won't. Why not, Mariah? I won't like my number.
No, we have a whole bunch of birthdays around this time of the month.
Okay. I do want to tear this one again. And I think you're going to say we should go ahead and like... All right, let's do this. We're getting the sprays out a little bit. I mean, a bold move with the time constraints we have today. That's all I have to say about that.
It has numbers all over it.
There we go.
We'll just have to say, hello, Jessie.
I think what we're going to do.
Okay, Silver Granny says, Mariah, will you... I don't know what stupid heart's covering it up. I have to wait till it moves up. Oh, will you add a bit of the blue scrap to this card, please?
Well, it's kind of funny. There are little bits of blue in there. That's not a crazy idea.
That's not a horrible idea. Thank you.
What kind of blue? We could even bring in some of our shark blue. Remember? Shark
blue. Oh, Joe says, thanks for the scissor information. I had to take care of a phone call, and happy birthday to whoever is having a birthday today. Hey, we've got birthdays today and birthdays tomorrow.
I don't love that one.
I like that other blue better. The crappy one not that one. That's underneath there. You've used it before, but I like it. Eddie says, Paula, did you skip to the loo?
So we have if these are the little bits you're talking about.
I have to concentrate on the composition here.
Yeah, focus, lady.
Focus. Hello, Fiona.
Got a little piece there like that. And chuck those bits. I'm going to chuck those bits because that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
What are you throwing away?
Things that are ridiculous.
Susan, she's throwing things away. Hey, well, you lost the blue that I thought you needed. It's the one that you used in Shark, I think. No, it's the one that you used in the one that they wanted you to use, Shark. Yeah.
No, I use this in Shark card too.
Yeah. Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just really like the messiness of that with the, yeah.
That's a better piece for it.
That was a brilliant print. And that pink stuff on the side is, okay, that's good.
Are we thinking, because we could do short ways here. We could do our landscape. Letting my little number dry. And hopefully it doesn't stick because I got to worry about it.
Yeah, I think that's good because it has strong verticals in the print, and this kind of breaks it up.
Of course, this is the,
lots of scissoring today.
That's funny.
Pardon me.
Okay. Let's glue that fucker down.
Okay, how is Eddie beat?
Can I have the brush, please?
Sure. Let me dab it off.
Thank you.
Oh, Cynthia, I am just so excited for you. Her first gel plate will be at her house by the time I get home from, I'm guessing that's Florida.
That's awesome and fun, and congratulations.
Absolutely. And you just feel free to call me if you need any special advice. I love helping first-time people. Or watch the one I did. Watch the video that we did when Mariah was on vacation with Joshy.
So many people enjoyed that with Joshy. They really did. And people still comment, they comment about it, which I think is so sweet and awesome. I'm going over this area because there was like a lot of gold business happening here, and I'm just breaking it up, and it made sense to put it there.
Absolutely. I so agree with that. And it still comes into the 1/3,
Right.
3/4.
Yeah, I didn't want to pull it over any further because then that left me just a little small area to deal with. I want this to be a bit more prominent because we're going to say, hey, this is where we're going to put our number. This is the stuff to
balance it out.
Yeah, look at.
Yeah.
Now, do we like the idea of bringing in a little bit of the swirly business?
Oh, I think absolutely. I don't know what it is about that, but I just really like it. And it just seems to always kind of work with whatever you're doing. And I think it's because in our, ancient brain, we recognize those symbols from cave art.
That lizard brain of ours.
That's what I say.
I like this. I don't want to cover this up.
I agree. Because it is quite wonderful.
Sometimes
don't cover that piece up there. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm going to go around it. Sometimes you want to go through it. Sometimes you want to go around it.
You can go around it. Kind of emphasizes it also.
There we go. Digging that.
I don't know where Marcia is. Marcia, I'm behind a lot of times too. You just take that little ball and move it, and it zooms you ahead.
Or if you hit live, like in the lower left corner, I believe is where it sits.
Lower left. Yeah, that one. Move the ball.
What do we think about that? Is that
you're covering up that really important part up there. I think you need to move it back to the side.
Okay, hold on. What we're gonna go.
There you go. The ancient brains are always lurking. That they are. Hello, Kathy.
All right, there. I like that. It's that's more better.
Yes, I think it is, and it needed to go on that side because you're starting to reach the halfway point if you put it on the other side.
Yeah.
Eddie makes a very important comment here. You're on live when the red dot is in front of live.
There you go.
I'm going to check that out, Eddie. I don't know.
She doesn't believe you.
I see what you're talking about.
Learning things. We're all learning things in this stream.
Yeah, really.
All right. This stuff is tricky, but
I got an 8x10 with a 50% coupon online.
Nice.
Do I need to condition it first before I use it? Hey, it depends on how it arrives.
Yeah.
You will know. If it's slightly sticky, you don't have to do anything. And Mo wants to know what brand. Yeah. We do want to know that because we like gel. I just like them because they're thicker.
And they smell good.
Yes, size matters. And Kathy says, hello, everyone. And Mariah, your card looks great.
Thank you.
Kathy, you got to go back and check out some of the others that she's already done.
Yeah, today, 7 cards. 7.
She's on number what?
So this is number 27. 28. 28. Got one more to do.
Oh my gosh, you're going to make it, Mariah. You're going to make it. I had doubts.
She really did. I had to.
But see, it's a good thing I hurried you up early on.
Yes.
So now you can lollygag about.
I could spend a little more time with some of these.
Okay, she says, where it? Okay.
All right.
It's a gel brand. Excellent. Get your gel press goodies via our affiliate link. And there it is.
Okay, let me tell you, they're nice people. At least
And
they've been very
Paula
nice
says,
to us.
Eddie, can you drop the link to Carrie's channel just in case? Absolutely a great idea. And Joan wants to know where did you get that coupon? And Kathy says, she's gonna go look and she'll be back. Carrie has lots of cool content. He does. And especially if you are insecure about, doing something, he does such a good job of explaining. And I make so many assumptions sometimes. I think y'all are nice to me, but Mariah will tell me, and that, I must say, brings up, and I was going to say this tomorrow, but we'll say it today and say it again tomorrow. It is absolutely so important to call out those things when they are happening, because that's when it is meaningful information.
Yeah.
And I forget to do that so much of the time. That's why I have Mariah over there. And she reminds me, you must talk about this. Do not assume that people, because you know what the first three letters of assume are.
Those of you that are regulars, and even if you know the answer or whatever, ask those questions or prompt us, because it really does help us. Like, I mean, you guys are a big part of the stream.
Yeah.
That's why we have chat.
It's why it works as well as it does.
I got goopy over here because I had to. It needed some stuff to go in there and hold it down.
Absolutely. Now, I want to see your number. Have you auditioned your number and I just missed it?
No.
I've been reading the chat because they're very, thank you, Paula.
And I'm going to rip them edges.
And Star Traveler just joined us. She'd been shopping with her mom.
Hello, Linda.
I love the color of that. Are you planning on tearing it and making it a bit irregular?
Of course I am. You all know me.
I know she did. Oh my goodness. She's just been flying through these like you cannot believe. And I fiddle part around and, do this and do that.
So tomorrow, this might be kind of fun for you. It'll be good to push you just to get it done. Stop.
I know.
Messing about.
Messing about. I just have so many things that I want to interview.
That looks so good.
That does. I mean, that is so good. That number is just,
So see, with that little bit of spray, I sprayed it when we first started this card. And that just, it bled it out. But look at how good. And keep in mind, like, black inkjet ink is going to have this sort of bluey, greeny hue to it. And that all went to our advantage. It met the card and all the colors where they were at. Boom shakalaka, 28. Right.
Yes, and Eddie, somebody, okay, he already did it. Never mind.
Number 20.
And Jessie, her company just left, and so she's got a lot of catching up to do. And Paula says, perfecto. Okay. Rhonda said, so good.
I'm going to...
Kathy Seek made a very important observation here. Some cards are easy, and some I had to figure out. Yes, interview the possibilities. I know, isn't it true? So, and sometimes it does. It just happens. Other times I struggle with it, and I just put it aside.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't have a number on it. Well, that's not true. I actually covered up a number on one of them, I think, because I didn't want to use that one.
Yeah.
Right. And Cynthia says, I'm going to get some Blick when I get home and the airbrush medium. Hi, I'm telling you, I have already. Did you order more for the airbrush medium?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. I have such a good
daughter. Partner.
She's wonderful.
Person, friend.
Yeah, and human. Yeah, my stuff's coming. The only thing is, Blick takes so Dadgum long.
They kind of do. But I will tell you this. The when she ordered the Posca pencils, the Blick ones arrived. And the other ones, like, it took a while, like, from Amazon. But that has to do kind of with distribution and whatnot. But
yeah,
that was funny.
Love the golden burgundy on that card. I know. Wasn't it beautiful?
Okay, now we got our, different
Okay, we got to get going here. It's 11:26.
Okay, we can do this in 30 minutes. Jeez,
Oh, good heavens, yes. I mean, you can do lots of interviewing here, but don't you just love that kind of takes the rush away when you've got more time.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Okay, I want this on here. I want it almost like in its whole. I want this.
I see we've already got some fluffy stuff out there. Oh, and I love that ribbon is so perfect.
I know, right? Look at that. Oh yeah, we need to make that. Now, while we're gonna glue this down, or this one, no. Okay, we're going with the small one again. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking with those big bold numbers. Okay.
Okay, now Kathy just said something that I did not know here.
What?
And I'm going to read some of this other. I'm sorry, I was watching Mariah. Remember, you can also use the airbrush medium with acrylic in the fine liners, and it lasts forever without clogging. Oh my gosh, you all write that down somewhere. And Sophia says, there's always part of the artistic process. It doesn't matter how much experience you have or how far down the art road. Sometimes it just flows, and some days it's just a PITA. LOL, and that's okay. What is PITA?
Pain in the.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's pita.
Pita. I love it. I will remember that. That cracks me up.
Okay. I'm going to leave that as is right now so I have a little handle on it so I can handle it. Hilarity.
Okay. I'm reading the. Okay. Hello, Margie.
Okay.
And Cookie Mo says it's gel medium. Yes. I don't know. Where is that Blicker? Do you have it?
All right. Here's a question. Do we go pinky orangey?
It says, yes, it's gloss medium.
Mm-hmm.
Polymer gloss medium.
Yeah, that's what's in the little.
That's what it says on there.
Okay. Do we go purple with the number? And remember, this is going to, when I spray it, it's going to get this bluey, greeny hue, which is great because we're going to create that situation
I think
there.
You should just do it.
Do we want it purple, though? Or do I want to kind of call it out ever so slightly and make it more of this coral color, which then helps bring in the rest of that as well?
Oh, my gosh. Such decisions
I know.
here. Well, you've got that wonderful piece of ribbon over there to take up. Guys, I will read there's good comments here, and I will address them in just a minute.
Or do we just like it white?
I love that thing. If you put that up and down vertical, oh yes. Absolutely. There you go. That's it. Absolutely. Now, I think are you going to use some of your fluffy yarny?
Maybe. You know, I'd love to.
Or maybe have that kind of spiraling around and wiggling around up the top there to kind of balance out that large blob at the bottom.
Well, and the other thing I could do, so we don't like cut the whole thing in half, we could kind of dangle this down like so. Have our little area here. We put our number up here like this. We got a lot of elements out here. Ooh.
Oh, I think
that's just going to be
little
there.
Medallion thingy.
And then do a swirl. And actually, we could even have the swirl come out.
If you will just move because you've got a half and half now. Move your whole bottom stuff up a bit.
I know, I was trying to, but it sort of has stuck. Okay, never mind.
Oh, you already got it glued down?
No, there was just something sticky there that was happening. I was like, that may just be where it goes.
Oh.
Or see, we could even bring it up here. Like,
see, just tiny little bit. And I know that
better because this is
seems so finicky.
Yeah, I like that. And then maybe we just bring. So this is in a 3.
Bring it down just a little bit. It's a little too far up to the top.
Okay.
Down a tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. I like the other better. There. Okay.
I gotta give her a minute so she knows what I'm, Okay.
Okay. Now I got to get back to the chat because there were some good things.
But do we want to keep?
People added.
Are we keeping the number white, or am I spraying it purple or orangey? I think orangey.
I think orangey. What'd be lovely is if you could
ombre it
and do the edges in that kind of that orangey color, and then the middle part purple. Okay, Sophia says, it's important for those early in their art journey to know that too. Even the greatest artists struggle. It is absolutely true.
I always say, go look up
Sandy
Picasso's owl painting.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Okay, Sandy Franklin says, does the airbrush medium, work on papers other than the carnival tissue? Absolutely. I use it. I will show you tomorrow. And Sandy, remind me to talk about that. Okay, Marina Lay says, could you tell me if you tried colored pencil on top of the airbrush medium?
No.
I have not, but I rather suspect because of its slickness, it's not going to work.
It's not going to be super, yeah.
I just say that, but I do not know that. And, Kathy, what did Kathy say? I don't know. All right. Oh, so Rhonda said she's going to try it. Could you put the number behind the flower so it's seen through the purple? I don't know if you could. I don't know that it's that transparent.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, Carrie.
Ooh, good golly. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, that's great, Sophia. I want to know what words that you're learning. Oh, Lydia says I have a Blick store 35 minutes away from my home. Oh,
I think we have one here in Dallas.
We do?
I think so.
Well, I haven't been there.
Well, I mean,
I didn't even know we had one.
There's a vehicle outside that can transport you places. You own it. You've got a driver's license.
So rude.
So rude. Okay. I'm glad we did this when we did so it can drive. But didn't I?
Oh my gosh, it's just absolutely wonderful. And it just so goes with kind of the messiness of everything.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
I have a question. Okay, Cynthia said, what is the finalized what is the finalized you speak of? Could you tell me if you've tried color pencil on top of it? I have not, Mo. I have not tried that. I would like for someone to. I think it's too slick.
Yeah, that would be my suspicions.
Now,
may I have the brush?
You might be able to get away with it with the watercolor pencils, but they're still going to be fugitive. Okay, what is the finalized you speak of? I don't understand that question, but maybe somebody else can
help us out there.
Help me out. And Lynn says I've got airbrush medium saved to be ordered next list for Amazon. I'm going to try out a different brand. Vallejo.
Ooh, okay.
Well, let us know.
Yeah, and that's that paint that people were talking about yesterday. So it seems that's a brand people like. So,
and it seems to be more reasonable than some of the others.
Yeah. I just love this so much.
Okay. Answered that question. I'm interested in what the fine liners are to hold the paint. Oh, I do not know that. You're going to have to
Oh, yes.
Yes, Kathy. I don't know what you mean about fine liners.
The bottle thingies that I gave you.
Oh.
Those are fine liners. She just didn't understand the word or the, name of the thing.
Oh, heavens, yes.
Now, our question here is...
Okie dokie. Yes, the masking fluid in. We got some. I haven't used mine. Looks much like a glitter glue bottle M uses. That's excellent.
Mhm.
Excellent explanation. And Paula says Vallejo is very good. I love how Mariah's interviewing this for different positions. She's my daughter. I will claim her. Oh, the bottle's got you. Sorry, that's okay, pal. I was kind of on the same place that you were. I was thinking, what kind of pens are we talking about here? I absolutely love this little piece of sari silk here because it's just,
Perfect.
it is. And I like that you made them different lengths.
Yeah, I thought that was important because it really helps. See, again, with the whole composition thing, didn't want it center, just off enough. Also made sense to position it within those flowers. I wish I could have turned this ever so slightly, but that's just a little, quirky kind of Mariah brain thing.
I think it looks wonderful.
And I love how it's, and this Blick stuff is awesome because this stuff is almost dry already. I'm still waiting for, my little paper thing. In fact, I was thinking about bringing out the wire and getting her done. So that way we can figure out and see.
And Cynthia made a good point. You can even use those little bottles for glue.
Oh, yeah. You can put all kinds of things in those bottles. And people do. I've seen it.
People do.
All right, I'm gonna...
Kathy says, Vallejo is good, but thinner consistency than Golden's fluids. Good pigmentation, but not as many colors.
Okay.
I got mine from Blick. Very excellent. Okay, I love it.
All right, y'all see what I
All
did
this
here?
information.
Again, keeping your sponges for your sprays.
Does mine have a metal tip, my jars?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh.
Where did you put them?
I don't know.
She didn't really understand the assignment, I think.
I think I'm looking at one on that top shelf up there.
Could be.
Could this possibly be it?
Now, yes, see how it says fine line? Yeah.
Well, you need to show it because I can't.
This is the stuff. I don't know if I put it in our shop yet or not.
All right, so here, Fran's joined us. Hello, Fran.
Hi, Fran. Those
You
are
old booger boo. I heard you rainbowed your hair. I want to see it. Have you posted anything on
I
it
haven't
yet?
even looked over Makers. We've been so last night I got the thumbnail updated and stuff, and then.
And Joan says, I have a few empty squeeze type bottles that I use for pigment dyes on silk. I know I used to use little, when I was doing that scarf business, I used to use the small version of Elmer's glue.
All right, y'all see what I did? When you're dealing with furry things, it's kind of nice to be able to, smush it down and then bring in, because it always gets caught on my tip of my glue.
Yeah, and pulls it out of place.
Yeah. Now, yes. I am pushing this. I am rushing this, but in some ways, that's actually working to my advantage because this paper is still quite wet and malleable.
You can smush it down in there.
And then I create a nice little pillow business, which that's fun.
Hey, Fran's been lurking.
Wonderful. We love it.
Okay, so what did she say? I know she said something up here, but all right, so Paula says, I don't know. She says the cruel masking pen, though. I don't know what that is. Fran, I don't think we have those over here. Oh, she also says, I just bought a Pebeo masking gum pen. It ruined 3 paintings. So I phoned Jackson's to let them know. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
And she got her money back.
Nice.
Ha-ha. I do like the cruel, and it's capital Kruel masking pen. Don't know about that.
Yeah.
Chiquita says purple. Hi, Chiquita.
So what I'm doing right now, I am highly sensitive to what the finish of something looks like. That's why, Captain Crazy Pants with the glue over there. She makes it part of the texture of things.
I do.
I try to blend it out and then I can usually see it. But so what I do is as it's drying, And as I'm trying to kind of clean off the brush as well, just feather it out so it isn't so noticeable that you have utilized something like a matte medium. And I just don't know if you can see it.
Okay, I'm going back to, good point, Mariah. I tried to do that on some of mine, but when I put down the tissue paper, it just never did quite, happen. Okay, it says, Kathy, I agree, but the price point is good and more affordable, especially for us here in Europe.
Yeah.
That's the Vallejo that they're talking about.
Okay. Into the water, please.
Kathy says it comes in a standard as well.
Yes, she has the blue one. I just don't know where it is. Nor does she.
And it's cool because you don't have to worry about your pin business because it's got the pin in there. You just have to worry about lining that booger up.
Oh, here, let me show people that.
I mean, these people were really, using
so it has the little,
using their little gray cells, as Poirot would say.
Yeah, and then, watching me trying to do this with my, that's the tricky bit right there. Come on. There we go.
And Cynthia said she's really excited to start making prints, and she's going to do her YouTube videos on her channel. Excellent.
Okay, wonderful.
And Fran's being sneaky here today.
Is she? Okay, let me put these away really quick. And then since we still have about 15 minutes, we're going to be spending 15 minutes doing the little things around the edge of these, which I think will be fun because I really enjoy it. I know it's not super like blow your mind, but we can have some good conversation, maybe review a little bit of our composition talk as we bring each one back in. Let's do them in, back in the order because they're going to dry.
K-R-U-E-L and Goya make a masking pen I got from Amazon. And Sorry Saul says, love the fine liner bottles for inks and granulation medium.
Oh, that's that. You have some of that granulation.
Yeah, I probably didn't use it right.
I feel like that's how that went.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
It was a user error.
Oh man, look at that spattering that's showing up now that it's dry.
Yeah.
Wow, you got a really good line there, Mariah. Directionality.
Thank you.
Okay, so my channel is different. I'm Bunny Loves Crafts. Oh, okay. There we go. Y'all, Cynthia. I've been doing junk journal stuff mostly. Oh, well, it works with what we're doing too. Palette. Stainless steel pens all. Otherwise, you have rusty glue and paint. Right. Yeah, we know that from experience we also.
Do. Not all the pens are.
Sophia says, those fine line bottles with acrylic paint and the airbrush medium are great for doing scribbles and the scribble writing on pieces. Well, of course it is.
Okay, so this says that it is Dusty Concord. I wish that it was, but it is not because somebody altered it into this bluey purple, which isn't terrible, but when you want this and you get this, sometimes it's a little shocking.
Well, hand it to me and I'll shoot some red in there and it'll be good.
Oh. Get you and your color.
Pass it over. Come on.
Sorcery.
It's just a little bit anyway.
Yeah, don't go crazy. I also have these hybrid ink pads. Something to note about those, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but it's kind of funny because these have like a oily-ish almost. It's almost oily. They work well, but keep in mind they also activate the acrylic paint. So they'll get a little gooey on the ends. Again, doesn't bother me. Seems to dry up after a little while, but just something to note. This is Violet #2. I really do love this color. I like purple. What's Becky on the whole purple business?
Well, here's a purple. I'm going to go ahead and shoot some this in there.
But see how so I can come in and see how I darkened up that corner a bit there? I think that's some cool business. Gotta be careful when you're doing these napkin things. Didn't have that all fully glued down, so we're sort of roughing it up, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. And the ink is soaking in there. Again, fine with that. It looks tattered. And that's kind of the theme of this here card, you know. I mean, when you have like
I'm thinking
guys
I'm
after you like
getting this
that,
kind of back into the. You're gonna have to test it on the edge of something.
you're gonna feel tattered. I love this. I love this. Very happy.
Yeah, I think I've got
You
it
got
back
it?
into the color range, Mariah.
Look at you mixing colors. All right, we're gonna utilize some of this over here. One of the other things I like about these little, I love the archival Ranger archival ones because they're these like almost canvas like. They're material. And then I have some of the cheaper ones that are like, you know, if you ever get these little cheapy ones, they are cheapy. They're like this foamy business. Number one, they dry out pretty quickly. And they don't hold up to that whole edge business.
Okay, bye, Miriam. And now, okay, so, gosh darn. Stupid thing. All right. So, spatter, see. Ah, that purpose is gorgeous. I'm sure she's saying purple. I use the granulation medium with acrylic inks over wet watercolor. It's fantastic for really cool textures.
Yeah, she has some of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I like that.
Yeah.
I have to go now. All right, Miriam's leaving us. Fran says, I made a set of little, god dang it, vials with different watercolor mediums and sent it to her granddaughter. She just started watercolor. Oh, that's a great idea. Great idea.
See how when this dried up and it pulled in the pinkish around there? Isn't that great? Did what we wanted it to do.
Okay, so Sandy says it's glycerin. Oh, that's what
the oily business is. Mm-hmm.
Oh, on the
and it reactivates the acrylic paint, so it gets kind of sticky for a little bit. Ground espresso, yum yum. That's what we need around this here business.
And Sandy says she uses hybrid pads for embossing. Yes, we do too.
Oh yeah, they're really great because they do have that glycerin in them, and I think those just the clear pads, that's what it is. It's like a glycerin type something. It doesn't have any pigment or anything.
Oh, okay. So Sarah uses the inks on top of watercolors and for the granulation. I'm assuming that's what she means. Cynthia says, truly gorgeous, Mariah. So pretty, really delicious colors. Okay, so.
And one of the advantages to doing all of this here business, because at some point we are going to do the backs, is that I'm not having it bleed in. Because if I were to do this with the back on it, these inks and things would bleed into the paper back that we're going to be putting on these. So that's one advantage to doing them now. And then all we have to do is just trim out the other. Didn't that turn out really cool? Look, it almost looks like
I don't know what happened to my granulation medium.
You put it away because you were like, it was taking up space and it wasn't getting used. See that? It's almost crackly. That was, remember when I came back and almost stippled?
Oh, yeah.
Creating that sort of texture and a little bit of bloom around there. See, and that way you can use your medium and understand that, you know, like, so if I were just to have gone through and made it all straight, it would have, on the finish of it, been like, doesn't make a lot of sense. But by dabbing it, it's like this comes out and it's almost like a little liquidy goo business that's happening.
Okay, Mo, I don't know if you can find it, the granulation medium, because I'm pretty sure we have it in our... We don't.
No, because you were always poo-poo with it.
Okay, I'm sorry. If somebody could talk and address this granulation issue here. What you do is you use it with watercolor and it makes it gobby. There, how's that?
Gobby.
Makes it look like it's stony.
Crusty. Like, to me, it always looks a little crusty, but like crusty in a good way, not crusty in a bad way. Good crust.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, look at that.
Violet
See?
totally agrees with me about those colors 100%.
But see what the edging of that just did? Might even just come over this little thing.
Fran says, granulation medium can be used to make non-granulating paint granulate. Some paints granulate naturally and some don't.
Those,
yeah, and
you have the Kiritaki that Barbara sent you.
Yeah.
Those are granulated ones, so they do it automatically. Number 24, done.
Okay, Kathy wants to know if it works with acrylic fluids or high flow. I'm assuming if you have enough water in it, that it would also work, but I do not know that. I'm just guessing.
Okay, so here's another decision-making moment. Because we've got this gold and all this business, I'd actually really like to kind of emphasize this bit of gray-y blue
I agree with
business.
that.
So I got the Distress Oxide Uncharted Mariner. Please keep in mind, again, it was mixed in with the hybrid ink pad, so therefore it's a little, you know.
It's a maybe.
It's a maybe, this, you know, Uncharted. For
Kathy
the most
said
part,
she'd be willing to try that. Excellent.
Really
and please
is,
report back to us your results. That's always excellent. I think mine was Winsor Newton, Mo.
It was.
I just don't know where it is. And Cynthia she's on it, starting her postcards for next month. Granulation is where paint particles separate out. Works best on paints with more than one pigment in it. Ah, yeah, because of course. Duh.
Yeah.
Star Traveler loves the edging, Mariah.
Thank you.
It really can make a difference. And yeah, I think that one that you're using there is really nice. Okay, Winsor and Newton granulation medium is a watercolor thing, but I think you could try it with the watered down acrylics. I don't know.
Might be interesting.
Okay, Joan says, I officially made my first bottle of watered down fluid quinacridone nickel azo gold using the first bottle I ever purchased. I am looking forward to trying it out. Yay. Don't forget the watered down. If you put a little bit of that fluid, what is it called? Airbrush medium stuff in there. Now, you're not going to get the granulation on the gel plate that you do with the fluid, the airbrush medium. It kind of makes stuff smooth out. Love card 25. So simple, but yet so simple, so beautiful. That's what Mo said.
Thanks, Mo. So
I like it too. It's very klimpty.
It is kind of klimpty. So what happened there is that, remember, I came in at the end and I put the acrylic, Blick acrylic over the top of that. So I knew I could come in with my marker a little bit more aggressively than I had done before. Just blending it out ever so slightly. Might come back in and again and do it, because as it's drying, it's sort of reddening up more so. And now it's not really making a ton of sense with some of the other stuff that's going on. I need to tap that back or adjust it, just making it less reddy and more browny, for lack of technical terms. There we go.
Chiquita wants to know what you're going to do with your postcards. We're going to put them in a box and look at them.
Yeah, we'll bring them out every once in a while, talk about them. What we like to do with our stuff. People come over and visit, we show them our things.
Okay, now I missed something here. Okay.
Faded Jean. I love these little ones. These little ones are so awesome for this. Like, kind of a pain. Actually, I don't even think they're super pain with stamps, because I do it like this anyway. And I can hold on to it.
The thing on the, yeah. So maybe I will pour half of it out in an empty bottle and try one with the medium and one without. Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, yes.
There you go. I like how you're thinking. Okay, so Fran's talking about putting salt on your watercolors. You know, I have mixed feelings about that because I'm a mixed media artist. I get tired of dealing with that dadgum grainy salt crap all over the place. And I'm quite the salter. You know, I don't do anything in halfways. I'm all in or not at all. So yeah, I've used the salt with watercolors, and it is not one of my favorite techniques. And it can get on your gel plate and cause some issues. Did you know you can use oil paint with watercolor? I just recently saw some show on YouTube. Fabulous effect. I did not know that, but I know that they make oil paints that are water-based. So that may be something that you need to further pursue there and let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It says, salt can do strange things on your painting, especially in humid areas. It tends to stay in the paper and attract wetness. Rhonda likes all of your cards, Mariah.
Thank you.
Sophia says, P grumbling after putting a small salt mine on the top of her watercolor experiment. That is absolutely the truth. Oh. And I mean, I tried to get it off there, but other than, getting out some sandpaper and rubbing it off. I don't know. I didn't have I didn't like that so much.
She did not.
Never heard of oil paint with watercolors. What stream? Do they resist each other? I would imagine, since it's oil and water. Or if it is the watercolor.
Okay, 26.
I love that.
27. Okay, where are we at here? Okay, 3 minutes. Crap doodles. We're staying on. I'm finishing these things.
We're doing. You 57. You've got moments.
It seems only right that I would use Uncharted Mariner on the.
Kathy says this needs to be saved as a resource for makers. This particular
stream.
Absolutely.
Hey, there was a lot of composition talk, a ton of awesome questions, and just general knowledge about all sorts of things. I love that, and I appreciate you guys in the chat, because it wouldn't be that way if it was just her and I sitting here.
It would be rather
things.
dull, and
we have videos that are like that. People make comments about.
Absolutely. I can just tell you so much that I know, and then that's it.
Right.
I don't mind admitting I don't know. I love it. Mo says Queen P used salt on her rocks and pebble project. Yeah, and I also used rock salt, and that's not the thing to do.
No. But it's what you had. I think it's really the reason.
But what you can knock those big chunks off. It's those little ones that get embedded.
Now, this Uncharted Mariner was a little more blue than I necessarily wanted it to be, but I don't think that that's so bad, because we did have a bit more blue hue inside of our 27 anyway, so that made it make sense. That was okay. It wasn't like we were introducing a completely, out of the, Now, what would be really fancy is I came along and did a gold edge, which I may do once it's done. This thing is still drying. It's warpy, and it's still you can tell it's damp.
Okay, I have to read. No, I didn't want to interrupt Mariah. Oh, and see, this chat just starts going crazy here. Okay, you take advantage of the lack of mixing between the oil paint and watercolor. Well, you need to put that in there, friends, some places. I'd like to watch that. All right, so it needs to be saved, and we talked about that. All right. Paula says,
I'm gonna go with brown.
Maybe not adhere permanently. Kathy, that would be something I would be worried about. I just do fearless experiments with a bit of knowledge. It makes me happy. There you go. Works. Hey, whatever works. Yes, Kathy. Okay, she said yes, they adhere permanently. Excellent. Okay, well, it moved again.
Hey, let me tell you.
Thank you, Lindsay. We appreciate you being thankful that we're doing this.
Yeah.
And Sophia said it's the best way to learn. Just make sure that you take time to understand what you're
because
process what you're learning.
If you want to be able to repeat it, you got to kind of, note and not just go, oh, well, crap, that was awesome. Now how do I do it again?
Oh, Epsom salt is a lovely size to use on watercolor. Permanence, I'm not so sure of, Kathy, but I don't see why not. Well, we'll have to, stay tuned. And Becky uses margarita salt.
There you go, Becky. Of course.
I think you should save that for your margaritas. Fran has not used Epsom salt, but it sounds like she's considering it. Paula, as my favorite radio show used to, oh gosh, it moved just as I was reading it. I lost it. Set to say, are you unencumbered by the thought process? I don't know what. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. Experiment for fun and learning. Hello, Cookie.
Okay, so
Oh, Jose Fortier.
what I did here is because I almost went with the brown because it's like, oh, it'd be nice if it looks sort of like, kind of dingy. But then I'm like, no, we need to kind of up that blue and tell them, hey, we went for all that blue stuff to happen there. And so that's why I used the faded jean on the edge, and just see that little bit of hue that happens there, and it just frames it in.
Brings it in.
All right, one last one, and we're going with purple. Of course, we're going with purple. Or do we do something more orangey on the edge? Or brown? Ooh.
Okay, Safia
We're
makes
gonna
an important point here.
with the purple.
She said, okay, your experiments and play is super important, but reflecting on them.
Yes.
Again, the key to finding your own style. Once you think about why and what you're doing things for, that is how you really learn how to keep doing that, because that's kind of, it's your brand. It's your recognizable style. And yeah. And Paula made a card while watching.
Purple. I made 7.
Jose 48. Patricia, when will you reveal your long haul? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Tweaky. I'm going to do it at the very first and get a color on it. I'm going to allow you all to give input on what color to use to pull it with. And hopefully by the time
Oh, you are going to do that?
to the end, towards the end of it will dry enough. It just
Okay.
depends on the weather here.
Yeah.
If it's really humid, it's not going to dry. If it's really a nice, sunny, hot day with a bit of wind, we can probably pull it towards the end of the session. Okay.
There we go, y'all. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, we gotta do.
And
Hands are
I
gross.
took that. Fran says, where were you, Fran?
28, 29. I gotta show her.
Yes, it is. It is. And that is at 3:00. Thank you, Mo. And Paula says, find your style. You are most welcome, sir.
Can I hold
Paula
7?
says, Mariah, overachiever are us.
Okay, here, let's.
LOL.
Okay, big.
I guess you're in good company, Mariah. Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
I can't wait for the reveal.
Okay.
Excellent. Y'all come. It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
Plus, I have a whole bunch of prints that I made that I want to share. You know how I love doing that. Love the purple card. My favorite color. I like purple, too. Izzy's always asking me what my favorite color is.
She is.
You did 5 cards today, Mariah. That's got to be some kind of, oh, look at that.
No, I did 7.
7? 7 cards. Woo!
Woo!
Sandy says, you were prolific today. Erna gave you 3 purple hearts. Elizabeth
Moving
gave
this
you
out of
3
the way.
purple
I
hearts.
see the little camera cord in the.
And Chiquita says, pretty,
Trying to hold them down. here.
prolific. Fab selection, well done. Amazingly speedy. Those are fab.
Okay.
Susan Bill, yay, go girl. Ah, beautiful cards, yay. Fantabulous.
Woo!
Epic high speed postcard making. Personal best achieved.
All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. And for the extra 4 minutes, I really appreciate it. That was, finishing them off. We made it happen. I love it. Super excited about this. And then P will be doing her cards tomorrow, along with the fun pull of the long haul from Sunday.
I'm going to try to get, but I'm going to go through my packets today and put stuff in. I'm going to.
She's gonna sneak in some things. I'll see. Mm-hmm.
Well, that is just.
She saw how it went, so now she knows. Like, one must be
Well, I don't have as many to do because I'm on.
here, and I think this is kind of one of the things that was, I hadn't necessarily planned on or whatever, but it's like you don't need a ton of things in there. You need about 2 to 3 little items.
To simplify it, it's like going to the mall.
Or like, you know, this is the reason Cheesecake Factory like totally stresses me out. Like their menu is like way too big. I need
too many choices.
I need a few options.
Yeah. Okay. You could be right.
Yeah.
Michelle says, thank you. Sherry says, beautiful Mariah. I missed some people there that said some things because this thing is just like
bing, bing,
boom, 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 boom. And
bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. I don't know what I'm waving at.